We are on the quest to becoming the greatest college football coach of all time. Mick Rabin is going to be the star of this show as we take a journey throughout college football revamped and try to work our way into becoming one of the greatest coaches ever. Now, there's a lot more that I want to incorporate into this series to make it feel more like an actual series than just gameplay. So for one, we're actually going to have the game plan for each team. Utilize our strengths, expose their weaknesses, and actually use a lot more plays than just four verts and option. It's easy to expose in this game. To go on top of that, we're going to use more realistic and challenging sliders. I'm using J-Kit sliders in this series. I've used the CFP kind of customized ones. They're fine, but this one just feels a little more realistic to me. Your low overall players will play like low overall players. Your 75 overall quarterback won't go 20 for 20 in a game. In this way, you can't cheese the game, and you'll actually feel that talent discrepancy. Makes the game feel a lot more realistic, especially when you're playing as a worst program, which we will be starting out with and hopefully working our way up to the top eventually. We're also going to be following the context of college football, so we're going to follow storylines. If you know anything about my videos, you know it's more than just the gameplay. I like to follow everything that's going. Why is this team good? Why is this team bad? Why did this coach go here? We're going to follow everything, and it makes the series just a little bit more exciting. You're not just watching gameplay, you're following a true series. To kick off this series, we are going to be choosing a team at random. The first team that gives me a job is Ohio. I am going to be the offensive coordinator at Ohio. The next thing that we're going to be doing in this series that's a little bit different is no recruiting until I'm the head coach. This is because I want to make it feel like there's a true distinction between being the head coach and the offensive coordinator. As the head coach, it's your program, what you say goes, and you bring in the team that you want. Of course, an offensive coordinator actually recruits. But to make that distinction, you can't recruit to the head coach just for that reason, and the offensive coordinator has to make with what he's got. So we're going to make that distinction right there. Let's get into this season. First game is at Clemson. After that, we got kind of an easy schedule, but not really because it's just the MAC. The MAC, anybody can win any given Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday or Friday, whenever they play, because they play every day. When it comes to our actual talent, Curtis Work is our quarterback. He is a scrambler. He really has terrible throw accuracy, so that will be a bit of a struggle and something to follow. On top of that, our running back, O'Shawn Allison, is the lead back, and he will be the number one guy. 87 speed, it's the best we've got. In terms of the wide receiver position, it's pretty spread out, but again, there's not much talent on this roster, so we're going to try to scheme up things that allow for these players to use their ratings to the best of their ability. And the worst thing is probably our offensive line. We have the left side of our offensive line is actually fairly decent, but then after that, it's really not that good. We have a lot of guys that can't really do much, and that right side is going to expose a lot of the time. But I hope you guys are excited for this series. Please subscribe if you are new and like the video. That way, hey, gives you a little inspiration to keep following on, right? Let's get into this first game where we will be taking on the number 4 ranked Clemson Tigers. Clemson is one of the best defenses in the country and without a doubt the best front 7 in the country. That is where it's going to be a big struggle for us. So the game plan coming to this one, get the ball on the outside, whether it's screens, whether it's reverses, whether it's any sort of way for Rourke to get that ball out quick, and maybe take a few shots every now and then. If you catch them sleeping, some big plays, it's really the only chance we have to upset them. This is a get-right game for them before they go through a pretty tough schedule. So for us, it's really our biggest challenge of the entire season. I'm not expecting much. Ratings-wise, we have a terrible matchup, especially with Rourke's inability to throw accurately, consistently. It will probably be a tough game for us, but I'm expecting us to be at least somewhat competitive offensively. So let's get this one started, setting up a little outside run for Allison. He's able to cut it back and get a quick 8 yards. So a nice little run there to start this game. We're going to go right up the middle at that dangerous front 7, but we're able to sneak 4 and get a first down. So a good start for this team. Rourke now back to throw, setting up a screen to Allison this time, really utilizing our star running back. This time he gets 2. Now, this time, we're going to try to run a play action. Rourke scrambling out to his right. He has a man, but he actually misfires and throws it right at the safety. So an interception to start this game, and that's a tough start for this offense. And Clemson is without a doubt going to capitalize on that. So 10-0 is the quick score here. Now we're going to try to see what we can do. Rourke forced out of the pocket, scrambling right, floating this one up along the sideline as Tyler Walton, the speedy receiver. Walton again getting it on a reverse this time to the outside, but Clemson, that speed is real. It's different when you play a top team. 3rd and 14. Now dropping back, Rourke, no time to throw, he's hit again, and he fumbles. It's picked up. Henry, he's going to go. Can he go all the way? Yes, he will. It's a scoop and score for Clemson. So this Scary, terrifying Clemson defense looks exactly as advertised. Oh boy, we're in for a long night. Rourke this time throwing, misfiring, looking for his tight end on the out route there. Couldn't hit him. 3rd and 12 this time. Can we get something? Rourke to throw. He gets sacked again. Going down, literally no time to throw, and it's quickly 24-0. Trying to set up an outside run to Allison this time. And just as I thought, running the ball would be tough in this one against this Clemson team, we have not been able to do it since those first 2 plays. This time a quick screen to Walton, and he's got it for 14. So a little bit of momentum here. We got a first down. We'll take it. Trying to run a little option here for Rourke, and that's not going to work either. They snuff it out. 3rd and 12 again. Can we execute a 3rd down? Rourke back to throw, rolling out, throwing between 2 receivers. And that inaccuracy is really coming back to bite him. He cannot make a throw for his life right now. 2nd and 10. Rourke back to throw, firing over the middle, but this time he finally throws a good ball. It's Miles Cross. And we're actually across the 50 for the first time today. This time trying to get an outside run, but cutting it back in is Allison for a quick 5. So we'll take it. Now, trying to run a 3rd and 2 play. We're thinking of the option, but we notice that Clemson's loaded up there on the left side, so we're actually just going to call a timeout here. Not going to run this one. We're going to flip it and see if we can get something going the other way. Just want to make sure we can execute this a first time on their side of the field. This time it's Rourke on the play action. Just enough speed to get the first down, and we do get it. 5 yards there for Rourke, and it's a new set of downs. This time on 2nd and 6, we're going to go play action to Allison. Looking to throw. Rourke gets hit as he throws, but still gets it somehow to Miles Cross, so that will be a first down. Not as we drew it up, but it will work. Rourke now back to throw again. This time it's a screen to Allison. Allison's going to go to the outside, and he's got the touchdown. The first touchdown on the young season for the Ohio Bobcats. And Rourke setting up the screen this time to Allison. Great blocking there on the outside. And Allison doing the rest, just getting the pylon in time. And it's a touchdown. However, Clemson will match it with another one. So 31-7 is our score. But this time a great throw from Rourke as we're trying 2-minute offense here. We got 1:05. Let's try to get some more points. Rourke again back to throw. This time dumping it off to the tight end, Burton. But he drops the ball as well. Back-to-back drops, good throws from Rourke. We'll give him the credit there. Rourke back to throw again. This time nowhere to go. Running out of the pocket, making a play, but throwing it to a sliding Allison across his body. Not the safest throw. Nothing there. A Clemson punt, however, though, will give us 20 seconds to try to make something happen. 4 verts this time, going deep, and he's got Walton. But Walton with the drop this time. Our receivers really letting down Rourke here. We've actually had some good plays and could actually be in this one. This time Rourke back to throw again, chucking it deep again to Walton, but this will not work this time. He overthrows him, so 9 seconds left. Can we get something? Just in time, Rourke gets it off. This time he's got a wide open Burton. Burton goes down across the 30, down to the 25 with about 2 seconds left. A great route that time from Burton has set us up with a chance to make it a 3-score game. The field goal is up and just squeaks in the bottom right side, and we have done exactly that. 21-point game going into half, and the offense clicking with a little bit of momentum. Some big plays we saw happen, a great drive that we had to lead to a score, and hey, the offense actually looks pretty good. So here we go, the second half getting started. We've got the ball. This time it's Bostic with the catch, breaking a tackle and getting it to the 40-yard line. This offense has really found something here. This time 2nd and 5, getting it to Allison, and he's going to run it up and gets a quick 9. We're again across the 50 here. Rourke back to throw, looking for a man. Pressure is coming, and he's forced to just throw it away on 2nd down. A 3rd and 9 coming up. Rourke, can he make a play here on 3rd and 9? Rourke floating it to the outside, but missing Burton this time, overthrowing him. Tight coverage there, probably for the best. Another Clemson touchdown makes it 38-10. Rourke this time, he's got a wide open Allison. He's got it across the 50 again. Look at this offense really clicking here. Rourke's throwing some good balls. This time to the outside, he's got Bostic again. Now inside the 30. The big plays are clicking. Rourke, this time, setting up a screen. It's Allison. He's got a few blocks. Can he get to the outside just enough to get the first down? And just like that, we're inside the red zone. Can we capitalize? 2nd and 6. It's Rourke taking this one himself. The scrambling QB gets 10 on this one, and we got a 1st and goal. This time we're going to give it to Bangura. He's going to take it up the middle, and he's got the touchdown. 3 yards up the middle, and Ohio is back on the board. A quick touchdown, and we make it again a 3-score game. A stop from this defense gives us a chance here. Can we execute something? Looking for Allison here on the run, but we're actually going to audible. Noticing their impress coverage, why not take a shot? We're down by 21. Nothing to lose here. Rourke this time. Back to throw. Looking. Chucking it deep to Walton, and he's got it this time. Down the sideline. 2 Clemson defenders run into each other, and he's gone. That's a touchdown for the Bobcats. 74 yards. Rourke to Walton. Executing at a high level. It's a 14-point game. Ohio is in this. What a throw by Rourke. And just Walton making a play. Little bit of luck. Those defenders ran into each other, but we'll take it. It's a touchdown nonetheless. 14-point game. However, Clemson will score to make it a 21-point game. We're going to give it to Allison this time on first down. Nothing going there. 3rd and 8. Can we get something? Rourke back to throw again, looking over the middle, and this one's picked. Just when we didn't need it, lofting that one into triple coverage. No idea what he was thinking there, and that is a turnover, and that is a tough way to go out on this one. But to be honest, we kind of had something clicking there down the stretch. I'll give our offense some credit. We were able to make some plays. DJ played a great game. Of course he did. He's going up against our defense. They put up 51 points. But I'll say our offense actually competed and played pretty well there. We figured some things out in the second half of that game that we could actually execute. Rourke was starting to hit the throws he wasn't hitting earlier, and we actually found something. If we had a tune-up game before this, we might have had a better chance in actually competing. But first game of the season, really trying to find our identity and what we could do well. I'll take it. 17-31, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and a fumble. Not the greatest game from Rourke, but we'll take it. We could not run the ball worth a damn, so nothing to really look at here. No good highlights. Clemson's front seven's great. I'll put it at that. Receiving end, we had some big plays. We had Walton have that big touchdown, Allison on the screen, so we just need to take the things we did well and just really amplify them for the rest of the season. And those weaknesses, of course, there's some things. Rourke doesn't throw the most accurate ball, so turnovers are bound to happen. Of course, I could do some part on my end to not that happen, but fumbles, anything like that. We also did find out we have some big-time playmakers on the outside that can do some things. But as I said, we are following the landscape of college football in this series. Week 1 had some pretty good games. Mississippi State would go on against Oklahoma State here. At number 12, Oklahoma State would fall. Will Rogers, Mike Leach making some good time strides here for the Bulldogs. They get a big win here to start the season. Not only that, but we had a great game down in Dallas. LSU and TCU would battle it out here in the other kickoff classic. Jaden Daniels making the early play of the season, taking this one all the way to the house. LSU would win in a shootout 45-36. Just like that, Brian Kelly and the Tigers off to a good start. Sonny Dykes can't say the same. And on top of that, Florida State, this time going up against Pitt in an ACC battle. They were able to get the win 31-17 over number 17 ranked Panthers. So great start for Florida State to start this young season. Some of the other games that were recapped for the rest of the season, you see them right here. Pretty much every team taking care of business. North Carolina beating South Carolina, probably the most notable game. But other than that, a lot of FCS, a lot of good teams against very bad teams, which was the case with our game, obviously. So take a look at it as you wish. Not much change for the rest thus far. Obviously, it's still a very young college football season, so a lot more still to happen. On top of this, the top 25, just as this season hasn't really had much shakeup yet to begin, top 25 hasn't had much shakeup either. But what has shaked up is some of these rosters. TJ Finley, the Auburn quarterback, out for at least 5 weeks. Tyler Buckner is going to be out for the Michigan game, so that's going to be tough for Notre Dame. And then Jordan Addison, the star wide receiver, the Blitnikoff winner, out for 8 weeks for USC. The top 25 goes as follows. Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame, A&M, Utah, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Baylor round up your top 10. You can look at the rest. Mississippi State making a big jump into the top 25, number 18. Oklahoma State falls. Other than that, Tennessee jumps in as well, and that is the top 25. And we now move on to week 2, where we take on App State in this one. The game plan going into this one is pretty simple. They were able to stop the run, but they weren't able to stop the pass. So hey, we threw it pretty well against Clemson, so I like Rourke. I actually trust him a little bit. He's not accurate, so I'm going to try to just give him a lot easier throws and really make sure those receivers are open. As we see, they beat North Texas, so not much merit in this. We're obviously going to still try to establish the run as much as we can. I trust our running backs. I even trust Rourke running the ball a lot. So that's how we're going to go into this game. Really try to give Rourke some opportunities to let it fly and let those receivers make some plays, because obviously we have some good playmakers on the outside. Might as well get them the ball, right? So first play, we're going to go play action here from Rourke. He's got a man open the middle, but it's tipped away this time to start the game. So not the start we're quite looking for. 2nd and 10, we are going to give it to Allison this time as a run, but going to the outside doesn't quite work. Maybe they do have a pretty good rush defense. Rourke this time, back to throw on 3rd and 10. He's rushed out of the pocket. Nothing to do this time, and he's forced to throw it away, so a 3-and-out for Ohio to start this one. We get the ball back after a punt, but we're inside the 10. So we're going to set up a screen here for Allison to see what he can do. This time he gets it. Just enough space. He cuts it up, and he's got it across the 20 near the 25. That's a first down. 3rd and 11 here. We need to execute. Rourke floating this one to the outside, and it's Miles Cross jumping up, making a great play on the ball. The big receiver going up, using his big body, his size, to go up and out-jump the DB there. That's how it's done. That's a big-time receiver making a big-time play right there. Fresh set of downs means some new opportunity. Rourke this time on the play action. Firing, he's got Miles Cross this time for another first down. Here we go again. 3rd and 6 this time. Can we execute again on 3rd down? We can, and it's again Miles Cross over the middle. He has been the reliable target for Rourke on this drive, this time a play action. Rourke gets drilled on this play, and we're back down to a 2nd and 17. His front 7 for App State has actually been pretty good. They're able to get some good pressure, but this time getting out quickly to Tyler Walton, the star for this offense of the Clemson game. 3rd and 5. This time it's Rourke keeping it, and he's got the first down. Rourke jukes to the outside. He's inside the 10, down inside the 5, 25 yards. 1st and goal for Ohio. Now this time we're going to hand it off. It's Allison up the middle, and he's got a whole lot of nothing on that one. 2nd and goal. We're going to give it this time. Merrick, he's not going to get anywhere either. The tight end playing fullback gets nowhere. Rourke up the middle this time, and he won't get it either. It's a goal line stand for App State, except we're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Can we punch it in? It's Allison bouncing it to the outside, and he is in. From 1 yard out, we're able to get the touchdown finally. But a long drive, taking time off the clock, and we got 7 regardless. I love those kind of drives where you really just have a great plays, great execution, executing on 3rd down. They're very, very rewarding. 2nd and 1 coming up here after the Allison run. This time we're going to go with a little screen. No, we're not. We're going to Allison, and he's going to get the 4. A little fake out, little motion, trying to confuse this defense. We head into the 2nd quarter where Rourke this time rolling out, floating it up, and Miles Cross again, jumping up and making the play over the defender. He's bailed out Rourke a few times on some of those throws. And Rourke this time gets drilled again. This offensive line cannot hold them. It might be our O-line. It might be just we played 2 good defensive lines. We'll find out later in the season. 3rd and 7 coming up now for Ohio. This time it's Allison again. He's going to carry it right up the middle, and that's another first down. Trusting the running back on 3rd down. 2nd and 12. We're going to let Rourke take a carry here. This time the QB's got it, and he's got the first down, holding on to the rock as he's got 14. Trying to get him more involved in the run game has helped. Rourke this time firing. He's got Burton, the tight end, now inside the 10. 1st and goal. Can we execute something? Rourke back to throw. He had the wide open tight end over the middle, but no time to throw it. This O-line cannot hold this pass rush, and again Rourke gets drilled. They cannot hold anything. Rourke's actually had a pretty good start to this game. 3rd and goal. Can we execute? Rourke firing to the corner, but this one is picked off. Nothing doing there. What a great pick that time on the corner. I'll give him all the credit getting the feet down. Tough, but it results in nothing as App State still can't score. Rourke this time, a great chip block that time, and Allison able to jump up and make the catch this time, 25 yards down the field. 3rd and 4 this time, Rourke back to throw. He's got Wiggless on the outside, the Ohio State transfer, and he's got it across the 40, 12 yards on the play. First and 10 this time. We're going to go play action again. Rourke again getting drilled. Absolutely no time to throw the ball and nothing doing. Third and 16 this time. It's a screen set up for Allison. He's got it, and it won't go much of anywhere. However, we're out of field goal range, and we're also not going to punt this ball. Head coach wants to go for it. We'll execute for him. Rourke this time to the outside. Merrick. That will not do it. We actually turn the ball over on downs, and App State will not do anything, so we get the ball back with 1:19. Can we get some points to end the half? This time it's Rourke back to throw. Firing over the middle. He's got Miles Cross. Both defenders fall. He's got a convoy. Cross with the biggest game of the year. 82 yards. Miles Cross has been everywhere. He's jumping up, getting jump balls. He's going 82 yards to the end zone. Oh my goodness. Big play here for the Bobcats. 14-0. However, App State would go on to score, and then immediately after, on their first drive of the third quarter, they would fumble the ball. So we actually have good field position here to start. This time we're going to go with a little play action. Rourke firing this time, and it's nearly picked. It probably should have been dropped that time. That's why you're not playing wide receiver, buddy. Now third down. Can we execute and get a first down here? Rourke back to throw. He's got Bostic on the outside. He probably might have had a touchdown, but Rourke misfires on that one, and we're forced to settle for a field goal. That's fine. We're still up by 10. The defense is playing pretty well. This time it's Rourke on another play action, and again he gets sacked. He's been going down a lot in this one. Second and 16. Rourke back to throw again. Floating the outside. This time he's got Walton. He's got it across the 50. 27 yards. Another big play. Walton, however, would get hurt, straining his back on the play, and would be out for the rest of the game. That's okay. We got some other playmakers on the outside. Rourke this time, another play action. He's going to dump it off, though, to Allison right after the play action and just go and take it for another 10 and another first down, taking what the defense gives you. This time it's Rourke. He's going to take it again. He's got some blockers. Rourke, he's going to go to the corner. Touchdown! Curtis Rourke with another big-time play here. Man, he looks a lot faster when he's going up against App State rather than Clemson. Another fumble here from App State gives us good field position. Can we capitalize? Offense is rolling. Rourke this time to throw. To the outside. He's got Miles Cross. Makes a juke, and we're inside the red zone again. This team is playing high-level offense right now. Rourke this time faking it. Throwing it. He's got Bostic over the middle. Bostic is just an inch shy. Now it's time on second and inches. Can we execute? We're going to give it to Bangura this time, and he's going to power his way into the end zone. Bangura with his second touchdown of the season, and we make it 31-7. App State would go down and score 31-13. Not out of this one yet. This time Allison going to the outside on the run, and he's got it for another first down. 3rd and 1. We're just going to give it to Allison again. Can he get the first? No, he cannot. So we're forced to punt it away to App State. However, they would not do anything with it. So it's our turn now just to run out this clock. Allison taking this one. He's got it for a quick 5. And we just need one more first, and we can really end this game here. This time we're going to go right back to Allison. He's got it. That's a first down. And Ohio gets their first win of the season. That's how it's done. Curtis Rourke playing a great game out there. We put faith in the quarterback in this game, and he delivered. That's for damn sure. We definitely found something offensively that worked, and we were able to execute at a very high level. Curtis Rourke, 19 of 27, 314 yards. Those 10 carries, sacks in this game count as carries, so he did get sacked a ton. 5 sacks in this game, but he was very efficient throwing the ball. Was very happy about that. Happy to see that he actually can do it. Rushing the ball, Allison actually had a pretty good game. Touchdowns across the board for 3 different people. Rourke had some big runs there as well. And then receiving, it was all Miles Cross today. 159 yards and a big 82-yard touchdown to go with it. Was really a complete game from this Ohio offense. As we look at all of the offense that we put up, 443 yards. Very happy with that. Obviously, if we want to be an elite offense, we got to get to that 500 yards per game range. Obviously, that's a lot of yards. But if you want to be elite, that's what you got to do. we actually did really, really well. The defense actually played well too, and not turning the ball over is probably the biggest thing that we did. So, our week 2 is in the books. However, we got a lot of other games getting on into week 2. The first one being a shocker in Baton Rouge as Drake May and North Carolina went down into LSU and got the win 24-14. Drake May using that big arm of his to make some big time plays. On top of that, we had another upset. West Virginia went into Oklahoma. JT Daniels and the West Virginia Mountaineers were able to go into Soonerland and pull out a huge 31-14 win. The Venables era not off to a good start for Oklahoma. And then, the biggest shocker of the day. With a minute left to go in the game, Baylor kicked a field goal to make the game 34-31. On the next kickoff, Buffalo would go the other way to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, setting them up in great field position. And then, with 23 seconds left on the clock, Buffalo would get a touchdown, and they would upset number 10 Baylor 38-34. And then finally, it was college game day for Michigan and Notre Dame, and the Wolverines came prepared. At home, the big house, Blake Corum, J.J. McCarthy played no games against Notre Dame. 30-7, they blow out the number 5 team. Buckner was out for Notre Dame, so offensively a bit hindered, but Michigan looking like a problem out there. The rest of the country, you can see here, Arkansas blowing out FCS team 86-7 is just hilarious. But other than that, not many important games. A lot of upsets on the board, that's for sure. And Texas with an impressive win over BYU. As we look at the top 25, we see pretty much the same teams everywhere. Notre Dame dropping back down to 10. Some other teams moving up and some new teams moving in as well. Texas and Purdue being a couple of them. Our week 3 is now upon us. We will be taking on Ball State in this one. I hope you guys are excited for the next episode and this series as a whole. Please do subscribe if you're new, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and of course, goodbye.